Purpose? Purpose. What is purpose? I don't understand. How can we live our purpose?
He's got real purpose. If you lose your purpose, it's like you're broken. I wonder what my purpose is.
Does purpose even really matter? Am I on purpose? Did you do that on purpose?
My God, pull yourself together! What will you do? Is this a question?
I don't understand. Am I living a life well lived? Am I living a soul-directed life? Am I living a society-directed life? How do I know at any given moment who I am or why I am or where I am?
Kind of in a hurry, man. I don't know if we should start going down that road.
Life can kind of be like that sometimes. Kind of like an existential crisis.
I think human consciousness was a tragic misstep in evolution. We became too self-aware. Nature created an aspect of nature separate from itself. We are creatures that should not exist by natural law.
That sounds god-fucking awful, Rush.
But I know that if you're like me, you're interested in transformation. You want to live a life where you feel like in any given moment, you're connected. You want to feel that you can close your eyes and you can just fall back on. The direct sense that you're supported by a greater power.
I can feel it coming in the air tonight.
And it doesn't have to be esoteric, and it doesn't have to be some spiritual belief. It can just be the simple fact that in your bones, in your body, you feel directly connected to something greater than yourself.
You don't know that!
I'm the only one who knows that.
When you're talking about living a soul-directed life, how do you measure these things? How do you know how you're doing? Well, you don't know it by traditional measurements. You know it by feeling.
Nurse! Help me! I'm feeling.
And learning how to track our feelings is what brings us into direct contact with a sense of well-being.
You know, I did feel something. I could almost see the remote.
That's good. You've taken your first step into a larger world.
And this is where you'd have to take the leap from the rationalistic brain to the sensate brain, to the feeling brain, to the experiential brain.
That's a made-up word. What was made up?
And the way that you do this is through, at least in some regards, using a mindfulness. This can just be the simple observation of the present moment and the willingness to be a little bit detached from the wild roller coaster that the thinking mind takes us on.
You must learn to let go.
And being able to sit in the ground of being where all things seem to just arise from. And in this place of feeling, there's a real opportunity to start to use your Jedi senses, to start to feel into the Force.
Use the Force, Luke. Let go, Luke.
And I mean that, obviously, as an analogy, because what we're actually doing is starting to gauge our experience based on a full-bodied experience rather than a thinking process or an anxiety. You know, we're not being run by the motor of the brain.
Mr. Spock, remind me to tell you that I'm sick and tired of your logic.
That is the most illogical attitude.
There is a way that if we can take these leaps of awareness and start to trust the grander sense of felt and enlivened being, that synchronicity will start to formulate itself around us.
Why are you acting weird?
I'm the village crazy lady.
The path is not something that we need to force. The path is something that as we walk out into the unknown, somehow the path presents itself. And sometimes it's very harsh and it zigs and zags, and other times it's very straightforward and easy to read.
You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
If at all we can start to practice going out on a limb a little bit with our awareness and practice feeling rather than forcing, rather than contriving thinking processes in order to solve all of life's issues, I think what we'll find is there's a whole lot more to the mystery of life than we thought.
You hear the words you say sometimes? I mean, who talks like that?
Hey everybody, thank you for tuning in to the Soul Tree Project's video. If you enjoyed this, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and keep tuning in for what's next. Thanks.